And that's the finish for you.
Well, many late nights in Finland coming up with crazy ideas. But let's see if they work out here. As Lauri Heinonen, good results last year. He wants to start strong this year. And the car sounds and revs up like a motorbike as he fires through. A little bit tentative on the transitions, but he's precise, he's accurate, he knows where he needs to be. This is the technical part. Nice flick from one side to the other. Lauri throwing it back out, getting good line there on that out of zone 6 as he takes it to the wall. A little scrub of the back bumper and across the line. We'll need about 50 of it to get around the circuit right now. And a lot of standing water, a lot of puddles. This is getting a bit treacherous here.
Yeah, it certainly is. Lauri Heinonen going to go for it. Nice big clutch kick as he comes down and backs out a bit massively, though, as you can hear that car off throttle for a very, very long time. Very obvious as well with this car when he is off throttle, because otherwise you don't hear that NASCAR V8 scream from underneath the bonnet. Heinonen keeps himself into this one. Looks for a transition back up on towards the wall. And Lauri Heinonen now. Can he keep it between the lines? There's that puddle, there's that splash that's dragging a lot of drivers. If you're already close to dropping a wheel over, as soon as you hit that standing water, that's what's pulling them over. It means I could drive the car harder than I could before. I'm coming for that win, but Kevin Purser looked absolutely dialed in practice all weekend and in qualifying. Nice initiation though from Heinonen, and Purser got caught up sleeping there. He didn't know where he was going. Now his wheels over the edge of the circuit. Lauri Heinonen on an absolute flyer into outside zone 4. Kevin Purser cutting the circuit way down on outside zone 4. The transition back from Lauri Heinonen was disgusting as he fires it into the wall. Lauri Heinonen absolutely on form this year and back in flying form.
Here, and for Kevin, he's got to hope that his lead run puts off Lauri here at some point.
He certainly has. So now they fly down through the gears. Lauri Heinonen already looks for the back bumper of that BMW as they fire in outside zone 1 and 2 collective. Now they look for 3. Heinonen shallows up. He knows he needs that proximity. He knows Kevin Purser's car's fast, but Kevin Purser goes way on it. Way too deep, over-rotates in outside zone 4, and Lauri Heinonen, another driver that says, I will take that any day of the week.
I think Kevin...
Down about a fight, especially to a rookie. They're through the chicane, through the gears. Lauri Heinonen on board, and he can see Dylan Garvey start to pull away already, but he looks for the back bumper. 2 180SXs door to door as they come over the hill, and Lauri Heinonen has brought that attitude. He doesn't want to go down to the rookie as he almost takes the front off of his car and the back off of Garvey's. He gets into it. Oh, throws big angle at it, does Lauri Heinonen. Transitions don't even make sense as they go to the wall. Lauri Heinonen sings that NASCAR V8 as he goes wheel to wheel with Dylan Garvey.
Oh, we got a fight on our hands now, Ian. Lauri Heinenen's going to leave the line. He's going to get the win here, but he's going to put on a show for the fans with this incredible NASCAR Dodge V8 Supercharged. 1,050 horsepower coming in over the hill.
Yeah, look at this. Lauri Heinonen now just taking a quick spin around Mondello Park, and again another driver getting that win, moving through, but this time a European driver gets a little bit of turn of luck here, Dave, in Mondello Park. Maybe a little bit of rub of the green, as the Irish like to say. And Lauri Heinonen, well, he said he wanted it this year. Maybe this is the year. Look at that door open, waving to the crowd. He's putting on a show. Wow.
Pascalti representing Hungary. They're not going to back down on this one as they come up over the crest of the hill. Pascalti looks like he's got the pace here on the initiation. Heinonen hasn't got an answer right now. Pascalti a little bit wider. He could drop off the track, and he does drop off the track and lose control, and Heinonen plays a blinder. He knows Pascalti's going in too fast, I think, and he backs off.
I was just going to take those words straight out of your mouth, Dave. When I see Lauri Heinonen,
he has to put a foot wrong in the lead position, and I really hope that's not a commentator's curse. But let's see how this one goes as Pascalti throws caution to the win on initiation. Look at Pascalti right on the back bumper, tags Lauri Heinonen and stays in it. As Pascalti again making the error, losing points, getting deductions. He had to try something, and it just didn't quite work out. As Lauri Heinonen now looks absolutely on rails. No mistakes from Lauri Heinonen as Pascalti throws caution to the win again into that last corner, but it's all falling apart for Kevin Pascalti as Lauri Heinonen says, who's next? Go.
Well, here we go, Dave. Not one of these guys has put a foot wrong all day, all weekend, and Lauri Heinonen will want to keep that momentum going. But look at the speed from McKeever as he absolutely fires through. Lauri Heinonen keeps his distance. He knows that McKeever's fast, but can he hang with the pace? As now Lauri Heinonen shortcuts the circuit outside zone 4. He stays way away from it. He's falling away as McKeever absolutely fires through the circuit. Lauri Heinonen doesn't have an answer for the Northern Smoke Machine.
McKeever, he's to put this on the door. His spotters would have said, you got to stay with him, Dwayne. You got to stay with him on that first corner, and that's what he's doing right now.
He certainly is staying with him right now. It's a war of nutrition, though, Dave. It isn't just about a war. Battle, and it catches massive understeer just McKeever. Massive understeer. Lauri Heinonen holds onto it in deeper on outside zone 4, and he goes so wide he drops a wheel over the edge of the circuit, but McKeever shuts it down. It's It's a war of nutrition, just not a war of proximity, Dave.
What
I
happened?
said it
What
straight away.
happened? I have no idea what's going on. We go.
The light goes green, they go through the chicane and down through the gears. Heinonen jumps the start, he knows he can't let Vincek get away, and he doesn't. He doesn't let Vincek get away, he's close on an injection. Vincek holds onto it, fires through into outside zone 4. Lauri Heinonen shallows up the angle, then looks for the side of the S15, dials him back in now as they transition for the wall run. Absolutely insane for Vincek, but Heinonen is still there, he's not letting the champion get away.
Seconds to settle this one. Last runs of the day. Vincek and Heinonen. Here we go.
Look at Vincek. He's not letting Heinonen get away with this one, but he does let a little bit of separation open up. Can he reel him in? Is that the game? Oh! Heinonen throws it off the circuit. He tries to go faster than he's been all weekend, and it doesn't pay off. And once again, another driver falls foul to trying to overdrive their car as Vincek puts down a showmanship. Once again, here at round 1, and Vincek proves why he is number 1.
We've said it before, that's what it's all about. That's what it's from round 1. He's got the fan base in the grandstands here, and they're ready to hear this thing scream.
And it screams. God, does it scream. Through the gears comes Lauri Heinonen, pro-charged NASCAR V8 underneath the bonnet of this Nissan 200SX. Listen to the sound as he unleashes 900 horsepower through the circuit. It sounds like a 90s Formula 1 car coming down. Oh, incredible line. Could have been a little deeper. Played it safe, though. Heinonen, with a lot of risk this weekend, is second in the championship, wants to keep a hold of the fight, and he looks like a man that can do it right now as he gets back on the throttle in the outside zone, puts the back bumper to the wall. Wow.
Cheers. You know why I can hear them? Lauri Heinonen.
Right, let's talk about this quickly before I initiate, Dave. Second place in the championship, higher qualifier than the leader of the championship. Lauri Heinonen, nothing to lose right now, Dave. He's absolutely flying. Look at the line. He's right to the edge of the circuit. Lauri Heinonen with a snappy transition. He makes it work. Big handbrake drag. The judges are going to penalise him for that, but nevertheless, he absolutely hooms through the circuit. The widest line, the cleanest line right now. Lauri Heinonen. One more outside zone to go. He stands on the accelerator. The Finnish fans raise the roof. And Dave Egan. Heinonen to lead out Greinberg. And they're off through the chicane. Look at Heinonen looking over. Slots the car into the gear. Big clutch kick initiation from Heinonen. He's been flawless all weekend. Can he keep it up? He does already. Greinberg catches massive understeer. Just cannot hang and gets lost in the smoke screen. That Lauri Heinenen's S13 is throwing up right now as he comes down into that second in the zone. Looks for the transition. Heinonen is absolutely up and gone. He's just going to show the pace, the skill, the talent this young man has as he gets into that final outside zone. Tyres completely destroyed as he gets across the line.
Well, that goes to show.
Start to illuminate. He gets the green light. Will be Alfred Greinberg to lead in Lauri Heinonen now through the gears they go. You can see Lauri Heinonen matching him pace for pace. Jumps onto the back bumper, looks for the initiation. Lauri Heinonen right there with him, but he's going to give him a little bit of room to manoeuvre now as Greinberg opens up the throttle, starts to drive away. Can he stick to that qualifying line? A little bit of wavering and wobbling. He misses that outside zone now as Greinberg comes down the hill into that front point, clipping point. Through the transition they go. Heinonen not doing too much too drastic here, keeping himself safe, keeping the car within the white lines as Greinberg goes deep, leads Heinonen almost off circuit across the line. Greinberg done everything he could there. Will Lauri Heinonen, the Finnish driver, be the man to take him down? Shanahan edges forward on the handbrake, jumps the start line, through the chicane they go. Heinonen versus Shanahan, the first run of your top 16 underway. Big initiation from Heinonen and he absolutely screams away, puts a little bit of ground between him and Shanahan. But now Shanahan edges up onto the door. Connor Shanahan goes for the kill straight away as they come down the hill into the outside zone. Shanahan has to brake to avoid the inside, to avoid the curb, and now allows Lauri Heinonen to put some distance between himself. Shanahan once again finds himself on the inside. They transition back outside zone 8. The whites as they go to the wall. Shanahan on the back bumper. We've already seen fireworks in the first half of the run. They come through the chicane, through the gears. Shanahan now under pressure in that lead position. Can Lauri Heinonen get the job done? He doesn't initiate where we thought he would. Maybe he thought Shanahan was a lot slower, or is he going to reel him in? He tries to reel him in, but Shanahan does have the pace. Now starts to accelerate away as Lauri Heinonen leaves him some room to manoeuvre, doesn't get up close and personal onto the door. Can he rein him in? They transition through in front of the grandstand. Now Heinonen starts to apply the pressure, starts to turn the screw. Dangerous transition from Heinonen. He dives onto the door. He looks for the side of that Toyota GTA 6. It's not clean from Shanahan in the last zone.
Here we go, top 8 at round 2.
Here we go, through the gears, down they come. This one means everything for the championship right now. McKeever doesn't want to let Heinonen get away, but Heinonen tries to escape the grip from Dwayne McKeever, but he just can't shake the Irishman as they fire through. Outside zone 3 for field, they come down the hill, and Dwayne McKeever is closer than anyone else has been around this circuit so far. Lauri Heinonen now starts to put some ground between himself and the Irishman as Heinonen absolutely fires through, but McKeever is still there. He's out of the outside zone, they're wandering and waving, but the job is done for the first half.
He's now had the radio on, and the spotter has told him, you got to go for it, Lauri. This is all on the line now.
He certainly has got to go for it. He can't let McKeever get away. He needs to bring that chase A-game right here, right now. He's gone wide though. He's lost himself. He's lost in the smoke. Is Lauri Heinonen, and he starts to fall away. And Dwayne McKeever, the Irishman, drives through the circuit, looks for the transition, and Heinonen is nowhere to be found as Lauri Heinonen is absolutely lost in a cloud of smoke from Dwayne McKeever as he heads to the wall and across the line. Is it done right there?
1,045 horsepower from this incredible V8, and he is currently Lauri Heinonen. Well, he's always Lauri Heinonen, but he's currently second in the championship. Into the corner he goes. He's in there. Deep. He's deep. Yeah, and he's trying to put on a show for the fans here.
Yeah, he certainly is, but he's going to go for a big transition. He wants this one. He wants to score high. He qualified first in Sweden, and he got knocked out in the top 16. Can he hold on to this one? He wants another podium, and he wants one in front of the home crowd. That transition was phenomenal. That wall run was phenomenal. Heinonen across the line.
Driver, he would be third in qualifying, or he could be second or first if he went higher than that. And then it all comes down to Dwayne McKeever, our current championship points leader, is a 0. So at a dip, we don't know whether it'll hold up or not. So a lot to play for still in these last 2 runs as Lauri Heinonen throws into that first corner. Wide entry from Lauri Heinonen, getting up nice and close to the wall. That's where you want him to be, and that's very precise as he goes through outer zone 1 now, tucks it into inner zone 3, staying away from the curb. This is the bit where you can really shine if you get out close to the wall, and he is using all of that V8 muscle to get him down the track. This is nice from Lauri Heinonen. Doesn't look too stressed by the weather here at all as he transitions back into that last corner. You can see it's drying quite quickly on the, a little bit of smoke being kicked up there from Lauri Heinonen, and that to me is to take down the unknown entity of Alexander Kosahov right now.
Yeah, look, Kosahov now can make a big upset in the championship, but Lauri Heinonen looks like it's business as usual as he absolutely nails that qualifying line wall, but he tags the wall too hard. It upsets him. Kosahov deals with it, and now he gets himself into the mix. Shortcuts the circuit, looks for outside zone 4 now as Kosahov says, well, there's a little chink in the armour as he almost takes the back end of Heinenen's car, waits for the transition. Big snappy one from Kosahov as the Ukrainian driver goes for the kill. Comfortable in the car. He looks like he's a little bit rocked. He's off the line, he's through the gears now. He's matching the pace, he's matching the distance away, and he wants to be on the door and on the back bumper. He knows he can't let Kosahov get away. Kosahov no problems in that outside zone as he absolutely nails it. Looks for that inside zone, just about drops a wheel in it, and he goes wide now. The bumper removed as Lauri Heinonen makes contact with him. They transition down. Oh, wheels dropped from the Ukrainian as they flick back to outlet zone 6. Lauri Heinonen looks for the door and he's on him and he tags him, and it's
position, the best place you can be as the higher qualifier. He qualified third. He'd love third or above on the podium, but he's got Zakharov for company here.
He certainly has. So look at this. Phones are out, getting this one filmed. Heinonen fires in. Marco Zakharov knows he can't let the Finnish driver get away, and this is incredible from both of these guys. Zakharov slows it down though. He knows he's on the wrong line. He's too tight as he almost makes contact with Heinenen's S13 through the middle of the circuit. Look at this from Lauri Heinonen. The lead line is phenomenal. Now puts a bit of distance between himself and Zakharov, and Zakharov looks for the door but just can't squeeze it.
Just concentrate on the job at hand and get this win. Zakharov looks strong, he looks fast, and Heinenen's going to have to work for it here.
I don't know if he does look fast, Dave. That looked like a slow initiation. I think he's took this one a little tentative. Heinonen jumps up onto the side of that BMW 2 Series now. Through inside zone 3 they go. Down, up onto the wall, and Marco Zakharov almost tags it, but Heinonen can't be shaken. Look at this, over the bump they go. Through the smoke comes Lauri Heinonen. He times it perfect. He's going to be glued to the door across the
here.
line.
It's going to be more extreme, and here we go. Heinonen to lead in Zakharov.
Yeah, he's gone for a big initiation this time, Heinonen. He wants to put the pressure down straight away, but he can't get away from Zakharov. Zakharov in that zone, and both of them in outside zone 2. Heinonen with that clinical lead line as always as he fires through. Look at that. The line is absolutely dialed. To the wall he goes, but Zakharov is on the back bumper. Oh, and he makes a mistake, Zakharov. He goes through too early for the transition. Now Heinonen opens the door, looks for that final outside zone across the line, but Zakharov still with him.
That's much impact, and then win the spot. He's got to go for it here. He can't hold back.
No, he can't hold back, and here we go. We're going to find out exactly if he can do that. He's got that straight line approach initiation. Look at Zakharov back on the throttle. Nice nice and early, but look at Heinonen, he's closer than Zacheril was, but Zacheril not clean on that outside line so far. They go to the wall, and Lauri Heinonen pushing Zacheril. No mistakes on the transition. Deep into 5 goes Zacheril. He opens the door, and look at Heinonen, textbook manoeuvre once again, and this time jumps up higher on the wall.
45 horsepower car that revs to almost 10,000 RPM, and Heinen's got to get it done here from the off.
He certainly has, Dave, chasing that first win in Drift Masters. What a place to do it, though. Could he find something? Here it is again. That engine just absolutely screams as it comes through the woods here, and he is on an absolute flyer. Lauri Heinonen showing why he is a championship contender. He's sat in second from round 1. That's where he sits at the halfway point of the season. Deep into that.
And do something you've never done before. And Heinen's been asked the question. There's nothing to lose here. He's in the show either way.
Well, we are about to find out as he leaves the line, and a big flick entry from Lauri Heinonen as he comes rumbling through the jungle here in Riga. Full commitment and fully perfect so far. Can he keep this going? Look at the line here from Lauri Heinonen as he fires that car onto angle out to the outer zone 5. Perfect and big angle as he comes into the wall. And down in front of his home fans, or the fans rather, and across the line goes Lauri.
Do not overcommit on that first corner. But Pavel Grosz is going to try and turn the screw here and get right up all up in his business. Here we go, top 32 battle, Finland versus Poland, and it is Heinonen to lead in Grosz.
Yes, here comes Heinonen, huge pressure on his shoulders now as the championship's hopes are very much alive, but they could all fall to pieces here if he could lose out to Grosz. But Grosz making errors now in the chase position. No such issues here for Lauri Heinonen as he looks as if there's no wet patches on that circuit at all, looking so comfortable. Look at the line, Dave, that he's managing to create here for himself. Flies around the circuit, possibly the fastest run we've seen from any of our drivers so far. Lauri Heinonen just eating up the circuit, but here comes Grosz now through the final sections, manages to find some proximity, but is it too late?
Yeah, big mistake on the supercharged V8, but now in the chase position, he's got to be clever here. I think he's got to back down a little bit, be professional, be confident, and leave him a little room to maneuver, and that looks what Lauri's doing right now.
Yeah, needs to contain himself, but a little bit late onto the initiation there as he allows now a little bit of a gap to open up. Grosz now doing a nice job in the lead position, and Lauri Heinonen almost gets a little bit caught there, but again a huge straighten from Pavel Grosz, and I think maybe just handing the advantage once again to Lauri Heinonen here. And could it be the start of a dream weekend here for Lauri Heinonen?
And I think it is, Eddie. He's spun him around, which means Lauri Heinen's going to get the win here. And the Finnish fans, as he waves up to them, will know that they don't need to be expert judges to know that if you're facing the wrong way, you're not facing the top 16. And Lauri Heinonen does a great job there of getting himself through. You know what, as you said, a late initiation, really safe on initiation, making sure
he's ready to take down Lauri Heinonen here in the top 16 and book himself a place in the Great 8. Will it go his way though, as Lauri Heinonen now leaves the line? They slam through the gears. Heinonen sets himself up nicely. Nice initiation into that first outer zone. Correa though a little bit shallow here. Could he get caught? No, just manages to make it work there, but he's a slight straighten, flirting with the curve there on the inside line. He's just completely out of where he needs to be as Heinonen now sets himself up nicely here. This has been a perfect lead run from him so far. Touches himself into the wall here, into the groove, and you can just see that rear spoiler just nestling up against the wall as Heinonen comes for it. But here comes Correa through the final sections, and Dave, do you know what? It's fast, it's slow. The championship, and really becoming one of those guys that you expect nothing but perfection from every time he comes out on the circuit. Here we go, second half of this one, all to play for Correa now in the lead position. Heinonen in the chase, here we go. Nice entry there from Correa as he looks to try and overturn the disadvantage that he might have from that first run. Heinonen tucks himself in, gets himself ready for the ride here as he goes door to door with Diogo Pereira. And Correa now switches back nicely, just gets himself a little bit up onto that curb, and you can see once again just how patchy it is. But Correa is struggling to get back onto the wide line as he takes it into the final section. Now he gets it up onto the wall, but Lauri Heinonen right there glued to him as they cross the line.
Excellent stuff from Lauri Heinonen and chasing. You know what? He wasn't as close in every section. Lauri Heinonen with 1,045 horsepower, Dodge NASCAR supercharged V8, and he's on one here from the start.
He certainly is, Dave. Well, he knows he has to be because he wants to get that championship. Oh, and he goes very close to the wall there. Now he's going to tag that wall. He's going for the exclamation mark. He knows what the judges want. That was a brave transition into outside zone 4 as he puts the car, parks it onto the wall, looks for it to flick back, gets it timed perfectly, runs the wall, absolutely nails this S13 to every single wall. That is phenomenal from Lauri Heinonen.
Championship leader, but we've got to disperse of Timur Lipski from the off. This is getting dramatic, right? And look at Timur Lipski, he doesn't care. He's going straight for it here. Unbelievable chase run so far from Timur Lipski. All the championship hopefuls are being discarded by all of these up-and-comers.
Well, this is the weekend to make your move, Dave. If you want to make a name in the championship, why not get rid of every single championship contender in the round 5 right before we head to the biggest event in the world? And look at this from Lipski. He gets on the door and he says to Heinonen, I don't care. Goes into that 16, he automatically jumps way up in the championship, and it opens the championship back up again. But look at this from the young Ukrainian as he fires that brand new A90 carbon Kevlar Super to the wall and tries to start to open up a bit of separation. But Heinonen's going to play the long game here. He's going to wait for the transition into that long outside zone, and he does. And now he starts to make a range, starts to get onto the door. They transition back, but Heinonen misplaces the car, and now he's going to have to work really hard to get back onto the door as he works his way into that door and across the line. And you can see how intense it is inside the car. Laser focused is Lauri Heinonen as they come off the line, scream through the gears. But McKeever's not going to let him get away. Two Nissan 200Xs go battle head to head right now as they go for the wall. But look at this, McKeever not letting Lauri Heinonen get away. Oh, big transition from McKeever as he almost takes the back end of Lauri Heinenen's S13. They go wall to wall, wall to wall again across the circuit. But McKeever loses some ground. Heinonen opens the throttle of that Pro-Charge V8 and screams in McKeever's face.
Must be feeling the heat. He's got to go for it here. The Finnish fans hold their breath as Heinonen chases in McKeever. And something, maybe a false start there. Maybe a false start. Heinonen, once he overtook McKeever, went, that's a little too aggressive, Heinonen.
Heinonen went to initiate. He fully clutch kicked the car. Oh, and McKeever throws his arm out the window as if to say, I can't believe it.
Red, green, and here we go.
Yeah, here we go, through the gears they go. And Lauri Heinonen already starting to fly away, rips down, bangs the back bumper off the wall, and Juha Rinne moves to the side of that yellow and purple 180SX, but he's shallow and he nearly makes a mistake. Checks himself up on the inside as Lauri Heinonen gets into the wall on outside zone 4. Absolutely door-to-door business as they absolutely fight this one out tooth and nail all the way around. Rinne gets onto the door once again across the line.
Wow, and he's so close where he can take a bigger risk here, and if he pulls it off, he'll win this battle, but easier said than done.
It certainly is easier said than done, and now separation on initiation once again as Lauri Heinonen gives Rinne the room to manoeuvre. Rinne goes wide, looks for the wall. Lauri Heinonen gives him the room. No dangerous transitions now. Heinonen starts to reel him in. He knows he needs to get the job done here on the second half of the circuit. Heinonen doesn't want to get left in a cloud of smoke, and he goes wide once again. Rinne wheels over the white line, and Lauri Heinonen on the door across the line. I don't know, Dave. That is too close for me.
Make a big statement here. Head off the line.
Here we go, through the gears they go. Shanahan won't want to let Lauri Heinonen get away, and he doesn't right now as Heinonen fires down to outside zone. Connor Shanahan onto the wheel, onto the front wheel, onto the door. He's all over the side of that yellow and purple S13. They transition across the circuit. Heinonen is an absolutely pinpoint perfect. And look at Shanahan though, not an inch between them as they come across the circuit into outside zone 5. Shanahan wants this more than ever. He wants to be the leader of the championship, and Heinonen absolutely nails it.
A minute going, I don't even want any part of this. They are going to war here on track as Shanahan now leads in Heinonen.
Yeah, look at this. Heinonen doesn't want to let him get away. He tags him on initiation. And when he messes himself up massively, Heinonen throws himself out of competition. And Connor Shanahan looks across and says, well, you know what? That's how it happens.
I told you, this is what's going to happen, Ian. I'm not saying I wanted to say I told you so,
it looks
but they went too
now,
far.
Dave.
They went too far. Someone was going to push too far, and it looked to me like Heinonen tried to get too greedy on the run-in. He made the hit, he caused some damage. I'm not sure why he shut down, but something went very wrong.
And he knows that Passeur will want that third step on the podium, but Heinonen needs it more than anyone right now. They're through the gears down. Big initiation from both guys. Passeur looks for the side of Heinenen's S13 as they fire through the first 3 outside zones. Contact onto the front wheel as they now transition into that long outer zone. And you can see Passeur still hunting down the side of Lauri Heinenen's S13. He goes to the wall. He gets there clinically, but Passeur is with him. He's on the side. He's on the door. He's all over him.
Passeur is in the lead. It's Estonia versus Finland, and Passeur is ready to party. Heinenen's coming for the wing, flies off Passeur's car.
Yeah, look at this. Purser absolutely hunting down the outside line. He goes for the wall, but Lauri Heinenen's with him. He won't make that mistake that he made before. Now he dives across the track into that long outside zone. They go wheel to wheel. Heinonen tucks up right up onto the front wheel of Kevin Purser's BMW as they transition down into the last outside zones. A little separation. Heinonen squeezes the throttle though and applies the pressure.
Oh, that's very good from Lauri Heinonen. Very, very good. Like, he stayed with him the whole track. Hero Lauri Heinonen to take to the track. This car screaming around this arena, and Heinonen has got to get himself into that 32. And look at this, Heinonen goes for it, flexes the boot lid. He's been reserved in practice. He said he's leaving it for the big show. Big snappy transition from Lauri Heinonen as he slams the front brake, slams the wall. Lauri Heinonen is coming for blood here this weekend. He can believe still that he could win this championship, and with performances like this, can he survive that last corner? Lauri Heinonen takes it to the wall, takes it to the scoreboard, and I think takes it to the top 32. Points on the board and close the gap to Shannon. Can he do it?
Well, he's going to have to try and do it, Dave. There's nothing left. He needs to be a 98 or better. There's not many points left after a 98, but that outside zone one was clinical. He's a little wide from the wall if he wants to be scoring a 99. Oh, flexes the back end on the wall once, twice, but it upsets the steering, but he stays in it as Lauri Heinonen takes the back end off the car. He looks for a big swing into outside zone 5, and he makes it work. And look at the line from Lauri Heinonen as he glues the back bumper to the wall across the line.
It's a great run from Lauri Heinonen. I mean, he is in the...
What he said he was going to do and win this event and win the championship. He now slots the car through the gears. Down he comes, a big flick across the circuit. Karkoschik takes a straight line approach, and I don't know if that's going to pay off. A little bit of separation already as Karkoschik shortcuts into that inner zone. And Lauri Heinonen looks like he's back on form once again as Heinonen absolutely nails it to the wall. But now, here comes Karkoschik as he starts to turn the dial. He starts to apply the pressure as Karkoschik comes through the smoke. He's in the middle of the circuit. He's going to straight line into outside zone 5. But Lauri Heinonen is absolutely dialed to the wall.
That's what he needed. That's what Heinonen needed. Part I could see it. And there's so many Finnish fans here willing Lauri Heinonen on. And Heinonen can't let Karkoschik get away. This one, championship on the line. Heinonen diving in, but a little cautious to start with.
Yeah, he's giving him some room to maneuver. It was a late initiation from Karkoschik, and now Lauri Heinonen starts to feel the pressure, starts to push on to the door of David Karkoschik as they get into outside zone 4. Heinonen once again, though, giving him the room to maneuver, but it's scrappy from Karkoschik. He's shallow in the outside zones. He's trying to drive away from the Finnish driver, and now through the centre of the circuit, it takes a weird line to outside zone 5. And Lauri Heinonen adapts to it. He adjusts as any running champion would do. He jumps onto the door.
Yeah, I think that's job done for Heinonen. Finland have been stronger than any fan base this year, but they need it from Heinonen now.
They certainly do, and they're taking on a man that is world class. And wow, look at the initiation from Bagsy. Smashes Lauri Heinonen into the wall. Both cars lose body panels. Bagsy's hungry for this one as they fire through that front clipping point, and Bagsy has to shut it down.
He went too heavy. It's something broke on the back of Bagsy's car. I think he went in too heavy, but Heinenen's absolutely, the rear end of Heinenen's car has disintegrated as well, but he is completing the run. And look at this, Lauri Heinonen again, no errors, no mistakes, no waivers. Is this the guy tonight?
He has to be the guy tonight.
And therefore, Lauri Heinonen is going to, with half a car, go into the top 8 and stay in the championship fight. What a night of drama, Ian. What a night of drama.
Well, we said it was going to be fireworks, and we said it was going to be drama. The Finnish fans are now finally happy once again. They're shouting and cheering. The British flag's still flying, but unfortunately, the only Englishman in competition is out, and Lauri Heinonen now just has to initiate and make it around that first corner, which he has done, but he's going to put on a show. He's going to test the car out. Did have contact with the wall. He did make contact with Bagsy, so he's going to want to test it to make sure it is 110%. And Lauri Heinonen takes it.
I think the Finnish fans in here are starting to figure this one out for themselves, because Lauri's still on the track, Bagsy isn't. He's done the wildest 360 I've ever seen after the finish line. What a showman. Lauri Heinonen, he could do this. He could do this tonight. I know he's coming in second place. Conor Shannon's still in the competition, but it's coming down to the wire here. Heinonen would go through to the top 8. Is the champion.
I've got butterflies, Dave. I don't know what else to
here
say.
we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready.
The nerves are building. The tension in the commentary booth is electric. And look at this. Kvia ramps up the side of Heinonen, and Kvia knocks himself out.
I think that's Heinenen's win. I think that might be Heinonen.
Oh, my God.
Didn't even get through the first corner. Look at the back of Heinenen's car. It's absolutely in ribbons. Nights where anything can happen, but we have got the top 2 in the championship still in the fight, and all he's got to do is initiate into that first corner.
And there he goes, he's through the gears, he needs to make it work, and you know what, I have no doubt that it will work, and there we go, Dave, he gets the job done. Lauri Heinonen, who will make it official, will move through to the final four, and look at this, very clever, Heinonen doesn't risk it.
Yeah, Heinonen might just go back and check that car over again, another big hit with Tor Arne Kavia, could have knocked a lot of suspension arms out of place. That was a big front wheel hit, by the way. Marco Zaccarel wins, then Shanahan is the champion. Here we go. It's another semi-final here at the final round of Drift Masters. Heinonen to lead in Zaccarel.
Yeah, and here we go. Big flag from Lauri Heinonen. He fires it in, and look at this. Zaccarel shallow, not in the outside zone. He's already bleeding points away from his score as Lauri Heinonen looks rock steady and dialed in. Zaccarel now starting to find some fame as he starts to wind it in, but once again he's out of the outside zone. It's scrappy from Zaccarel. He's struggling against the Finnish driver as Lauri Heinonen comes across the circuit. He kind of knows he's got this one in the pocket already. Zaccarel makes a last-ditch dive at the door. He tries to turn the screw, but Lauri Heinonen is flawless this evening.
Well, he's doing everything he can do, Lauri Heinonen.
If Connor goes to the final, he wins. He needs to win that battle. Here we go. They're off the line through the gate, through the gears. Marco Zaccarel knows it wasn't clean. Lauri Heinonen on the back bumper. Now he's going to apply the pressure. Now he's going to show Marco Zaccarel why he's on a championship drive for 2023. And he pushes Marco Zaccarel close to the wall, into the outside zones. Lauri Heinonen doing an absolutely superb job. Zaccarel cleaner than he was before. Tight to the walls is his very nice lead line for Marco Zaccarel. But all it's doing is opening the door, giving Lauri Heinonen the opportunity to push him out of competition as Heinonen goes for the rear wheel. Zaccarel fires it to the wall, and Heinonen once again is unbelievable.
That's unbelievable from Lauri Heinonen. This is a special moment. Here we go, the final of Drift Masters this year. Heinonen to lead him in.
Yeah, look at this, Heinonen on it already as he fires through. Look at Shanahan, are you serious? That's the closest we've seen so far. Lauri Heinonen absolutely excellent in the outside zone, but there is no shaking. Connor Shanahan, he wants it, he's going wheel to wheel, he pushes Lauri Heinonen round outside zone 4. There is no room for error. They come through the centre of the circuit. Lauri Heinonen looks for 5, and Shanahan can't be lost. He cannot get rid of him. He is glued to the door as Connor Shanahan pushes Lauri Heinonen through the finish line.
That's absolutely outrageous. That is outrageous.
That's the best I've ever seen.
That is one of the. This is the biggest run of Lauri Heinenen's life. Can he take down the champ to win the biggest drift event of all time? Here we go.
It's a big question, and he's going to answer it right now as Shanahan fires in. Shanahan absolutely glued to the wall. No messing around. Heinenen's with him though, but Heinonen doesn't have the same proximity, and I don't think Heinonen can ask the same question. I don't think he has the answer. The proximity isn't there from Lauri Heinonen as Shanahan glues the back bumper of that GT86 to the wall as he fires through the touch and go. He is up and gone, and Lauri Heinonen has to make errors. Oh, but Shanahan tags the wall, almost throws it away as Heinonen backs it in across the line.
Unbelievable again. What a final. What a finish.